Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Today is July 7th, 2025. I almost said 2021. I did not have in mind to film a video for you guys. I actually wanted to hop on live, but my internet has been this Access Haiti has been going through it. Okay, they've been going through it for 2.5, almost 3 days straight now since before the weekend, and it's almost like I knew yesterday morning I woke up to no internet access, and I don't know, they must be going through something because it was even difficult to get an agent to talk to over the phone. Like if you called, the line was not ringing, so they probably have some issues. And you guys know that today I had the conversation to with there he goes, he just replied. I had a conversation with Mr. Brian Concanon from the Institute for Justice and Democracy for Haiti, and we went live. I hopped on my mother's Digicel mobile connection, and I felt like the connection was very, very bad on my end. However, I had the time to check the conversation, and it wasn't as bad as I thought that it was. So as I was conversing with him, like as I was hearing him, there was a lot of like it felt like on my end, when looking at here, I had some difficulties listening to him and hearing what he had to say. The conversation on my end, hearing him out, didn't go as smoothly as I thought. But just as I mentioned to you, when I was listening to it, it appears to be that it was much better than I thought. So when I am completely done, I will listen to it and I will combine everything, because we did a first segment, maybe like 10 minutes, and then it kind of froze up and I had to log off and go back on. So the second segment was, so we did 1 hour. Mr. Concanon is extremely knowledgeable. He is a former UN envoy to the country of Haiti since the year 1995. He worked, actually, him and his law office, they worked on the Massacre de Rabuto. I was not aware of that, but I did cover it because I think on the Toto Constant video that I posted on my consulting firm, I covered that. So it's interesting to see how like my work is leading me in connecting with people who have such an impact in Haiti. This is one of the reasons that I say that I really, really like the work that I do, because it's forcing me to gain a lot of knowledge and perspective on so many other things. But I would have loved, I wanted the conversation to be more of a debate and more of a thought provoking conversation, because Mr. Concanon and myself, we have different views, especially regarding the current administration of the United States. Briefly, I still wanted to ask for his views and opinions. The majority of you know where I stand regarding the temporary protective status, and he definitely spoke on that. But one thing that he brought out is that he said that, and I didn't get the chance to debate it because the connection was so static. So hopefully, after maybe I'll wait and see. Maybe next week or whenever he has the time, I'll wait and see how this internet carrier is doing and re-invite him this time around. Maybe I'll invite somebody else who is a lawyer here in Haiti. She is actually Mr. Concanon studied human rights lawyer. The lawyer that I have access to is a criminal lawyer who has studied in Europe but who is practicing here in Haiti. So she is well spoken. She is versed in English and in French. Mr. Concanon speaks Creole. So this would be a nice debate. We'll see how I can organize this as well. But his thoughts and his views on the temporary protective status were that he let me in on the fact that he felt that it was racial profiling from the Trump administration. And in the live discussion that I worked on last week, right? Remember that on the notes, it stated that in 2019, President Trump actually wanted to revoke the temporary protective status, but it was blocked. So Brian and his team are definitely the individuals behind those things, right? Brian and his team are actually the individuals whom are working relentlessly for the Haitian people, for our democracy. We touched on democracy because I wanted to hear his thoughts and opinion regarding democracy, and if democracy was in fact a word that we can even have the mention. And he was very honest, in my opinion. He was very clear and without compromising himself, because the man is still an American citizen and we know how tension is. So without compromising himself, I feel like he was pretty much honest and open regarding the involvement of the U.S. government into Haiti's affair, right? So he was definitely honest with that. We talked about the assassination of President Moise, and he is well aware that, as if you didn't know, President Moise had, listen, over 600 units from Haiti as part of his security, right? And I think that you guys can find the details if you are interested about the assassination, more of, I don't want to say rhetoric, but just the details and the failures of how it went down. You guys can find it on Aibo Post. They covered that significantly about the loops that went down between those units. So when the car came, it was supposed, they said DEA, which is Drug Enforcement Agency, and it appeared to be like not one shot was fired. Not one shot was fired to stop them. They had, I would say, leave passage to go inside his house and to do whatever. So Brian and I, we talked about that. We talked about the fact that, a lot of those agents, a few of them, some of them were paid off, right, to keep quiet. Some of them were paid off to pretend that they didn't hear anything. And so many things went into, that assassination. So I really wanted his thoughts and opinion regarding democracy still in 2025 for Haiti. Can I mean, I allow. He is very vibrant, guys. If you want to, the conversation is right now live on my Instagram page, DL Consulting Firm 83, and then after that, I will post it on the YouTube channel. So if you are interested to learn about his views, unfortunately, like I said to you before, because of the internet connection, I just allowed him to talk. Usually, my conversation are conversations, so I go back and forth with my guests with my own thoughts and opinion. And I felt like it would have been a lot more healthier to hear my perspective, especially as a Haitian woman who is residing here in the country of Haiti. So when he brought up the fact that he felt like the Trump administration was racial profiling, so that's why he went on and ahead of time he cut off the temporary protective assistance status for Haiti. I really wanted to debate that. I really, really wanted to debate that. I really wanted to debate him on that. Maybe I will ask him to have a conversation with that, because I really wanted to debate him, and I wanted to, tell him that I wasn't looking at things in the same manner that he was looking at it. But then, he in his reply, he said to me something to the effect that, there's something that he said that, guys, I'm gonna be really honest, that I know, and this is more intuitive, right? So he told me that looking at the stance of the Trump administrations, it appeared to be that they are targeting, illegal immigrants that are minorities, that are predominantly black, Hispanics and things of the sort. Because of course, the United States has other groups of immigrants in their country, and I'm fairly sure that out of those immigrants, there are fairly a good majority of them that are also illegal immigrants, that are probably Europeans or coming from other countries where, but they are white. Yes. One thought that I had recently, and it was around the same time that I had the thought on the birthright citizenship, which happened to be, last week when the whole TPS came out. I said to myself that the United States and this new world order want, especially under the leadership of President Trump. I do believe, and Brian concurred that with his thought, that I don't think this is an administration who really is really open to receiving black immigrants in their country. I don't think so. And if they would allow black immigrants to be in their country, I think that they would be extremely selective based on, your status of your country. So let's just say that if you are a black immigrant from Africa, you have to be a permanent African. So someone who comes from a very wealthy African family, someone, part of those elite Africans. If you are coming from the Caribbean, part of those elite, I do. And although it's so crazy that now that I'm making this video, I'm doing the parallel, because although I wanted to debate him and say to him that I don't really think so, I really think that, they just had enough with Haiti and Haiti is not progressing, and that's why he went on. But, when he brought in the racial factors, it reminded me of my intuition and what I thought that moving forward, that I didn't think that the US wanted to have such open policies, open border policies with minorities, with black people, with Hispanic people. And so that's really what I thought. So yeah, I mean, then, because let's just I should probably go live, try to see if I can go live with you guys. This would be a nice debate to do live. Then the other thing that we can talk about is, I saw this woman on LinkedIn also earlier today, and she said, what is it? So that was the name of her post. It was, which is it? Because you know that under the Trump administration, Haiti is now under not only alert 4, they definitely have requested that the citizens of the United States remove themselves from Haiti, and they literally ban Haitian national from flying to the United States. So now they're saying that, if Haiti, so basically the post was saying that the Trump administration was contradicting itself, because under the temporary protective status, you are allowing a country to have temporary protective status. One of the underlying is because that country is continuing to have, armed rebellion, which Haiti is definitely, we have that. So the Trump administration, so a lot of people are saying that, well, you are you are, how do you say, the word is on my mouth, contradicting yourself, because how are you saying that Haiti is on alert for, you're requesting for the US citizens to leave, the country of Haiti, you are refusing for Haitian people to come to the United States, yet you are wanting to deport, so many Haitian people back to Haiti. And what can I say regarding all of that? And how do I feel? I mean, it is what it is, guys. I don't want to fight certain battles. In life, I've learned that you have to learn how to fight your battles. And I see certain comments, and I don't mind with those of you who are appalled or who feel, I just know the reality. Okay. And when I feel, first of all, I feel so much better today than I did last week. Last week, girl, if you were, listen, yeah, last week I was ready to fight anyone. But this morning I woke up and I was just so very calm. And I think it's because yesterday I prayed a lot. And over the weekend, I also prayed a lot, because I don't really like to go tussle with people, especially when you are elevated, when you know things, when you are very much aware of the future. So you have to be able to be level headed and guide people, right? So it is what it is. How do I feel about that? Do I care? I just feel like, if we know that now the United States is going to racial profile, and they're not going to want for any and all black person to come to their country, there are two ways that you can look at things. If you feel like, well, I still want to be able to travel to the United States, I still feel like this is a country that gives a lot of opportunity, then you have to raise yourself. If you want to go there, right? You have to say that, okay, they are no longer wanting to allow certain black person to come to your countries. You have to have, and I now that I'm even saying this, maybe now they're gonna look at income because to get a visa, they look at your income. My father never traveled to the U.S. His first travel to the United States was when my oldest sister was graduating from university. That was his first time traveling ever. He had never wanted to go to the U.S. And when he went to the consular for them to give him the visa, they gave him the visa without a blink, right? They did not even ask him any question. And the first time that he asked, they gave him a 5-year visas, right? So you have to understand that the reason that they give it to him so easily with no problem, no issues, and still now my parents are part of those people who gain access to a lot of benefits from the United States, not the social one, but the top one. It's because they know that these are not people who are, like you have a man like he literally paid cash for his daughter to study in one of your top universities in the United States. So of course they welcome people like that, right? Even though my father is a big nationalist, he doesn't like this, he doesn't like that, right? But you have to start to ask yourself in this new world that we are living in, where exactly do you want to fall, right? And this is mostly for my young adults because I don't want you guys to, because if you're 30 and you watching me and you boiling, let alone if you're 40 and up, then I don't know what to tell you, because you need to be able to have discernment, to be level headed, not to get caught up with certain things, and to also make your choice and your decision. So this is mainly for my young adults who may feel a particular way. It's really important that we start to ask ourselves, okay, where do I fall and where do I want to be? Do you want to be part of those that get denied, or do you want to be part of those who get access any and everywhere? Because whether we want it or not, racism is here and it's not going to get away. And I also went here into my comment section with a woman who is an American woman. She is a fairly new subscriber, and there, I mean, I'm not gonna bring this here, but I really can see right through people who are foreign people who are, in my opinion, jumping in this bandwagon of Haitian issues because they want the spotlight. Okay, ça pour nous connaître, c'est que vraiment très peu de monde qui est blanc, étranger blanc, vraiment qui est haïtien. En pile fois, pi fort moun sa yo simplement besoin utiliser limelight là pour yo ka positionner tête yo pour moun ka fait connaître que oh you know what fi sa li reme Haïti, nèg sa li reme Haïti, li pour Haïti. En pile fois nous-mêmes en tant que haïtiens nous vraiment émotionnels et li l'heure pour nous garder bagay yo tête frette. OK, c'est seulement sou capable gen opportunité pour garder un bagay tête frette que wap capable ouais le on a bien comme si bon babylon keme. Ça fait que moi dis ça c'est parce que dame ça qui fait commentaire que moi fait dans dernière vidéo que parler de TPS là, c'est une fille qui besoin venir ouvrir un business textile en Haïti. OK? Il était écrit moi et puis il était besoin prendre une consultation là même. Le moins voyé pour faire ma consultation, moi il regarde les dia et puis comme si il commençait à pas bien, les amis sont monde qui pauvre, il pas même cabay petit qui manger, la vivre avec Marie and it was like vous comprenez? So, moi, toujours été très cool. Elle dit ça, moi, c'est bien, pas de problème. Le que ou bien possibilité, pas de problème, ou capable juste écrire. So, après ça, moi, c'est l'écrit, me dit, oh, moi, tu regardes une vidéo que vous mettez sous page, s'il te plaît, moi, j'ai une question que je me poser, même pas de poser question dans le commentaire là, parce que moi, c'est un monde qui blanc, moi, pas de monde penser mal de moi. Et puis, moi, je dis comme ça que commentaire là ouvert pour tout le monde. N'importe question que vous avez que pas poser moi ou ka ou poser li ouvertement. OK, ou ka poser question ouvertement, pas de problème avec ça. Et au contraire, si réponse que tu as cherché la même nan pas ka ba ou, l'autre monde ka ba ou. C'est une façon pour moi et limiter accès que li vle gen avec moi en privé parce que nous connaissons que moi pas parler avec mon en privé du tout. So qu'on y a après ça, jour élection, trop te monté en nous songe que moi te mettais un rad rouge, moi te mettais un blazer et me dit nous pas ça marcher blazer ça longtemps parce que j'en mettais ils sont complets que liés et me dit que si jour me victoire m'a mettre sur moi. Apre sa, mamsel vin ekri ma prive. Mamsel di kon sa ke, pa bliye ke mwen di nou ke se yon biznis rad ke li vle fe. Men la chèche men dœv moun e li vle ouvri factory. E yon nan peyi ke li gele ta reme vini, se an Haiti, pos konen ke men dœv an Haiti an, se yon nan men dœv ki pi ba, se yon nan men dœv ki pi cheap ke yon moun kapab gen akse avek li, poske an Haiti koun yan nepot so bezwen fe, lan mouman poske mòche an pa ganyen, gren moun ki rete yo, anpil moun ap pran nepot bagay lan moun. Men mwen son femme ke nou ka wè ki realman intelijant e mwen gen persepsyon apil. Dok lè moun vin devan, me depan de chon vin yan, avan mwen mwen rive sou mwen getan li ou mwen getan kompran ou mwen getan wè so vle fè. Dok mamzel di m kon sa ke le apre inaugurasyon, e pa inaugurasyon, novem kon sa li ekri man prive ankor. Li di kon sa ke ou gen yon bel stil. Li di mwen reme jan ke wabiye tenu. Sa fèm pa pal anglè paske mwen mse gade video. Sa se bwa pa marek a isi. Pam yo. Ou bien moun ki pal anglè, men vle montre nou kote ke fò ke ou gen tèt ou ki bien plase e pa kou kite ke ou yon etranje gen piye sou haisyen. Ok, paske mbakwa gen de moun ki reme Haiti, jan reme Haitien, ni ki la pou supporte nou, men le ke nou ka pa kompwen travay ma fe, men se pou bien nou ma fel. Bref. So, mwen sal di mwen sa, mwen tare me fe un komple pou. Mwen sal di, mwen tare me fe un komple pou mwen voye pou an Haiti, sov le mette lan komple, parce mwen sal se sal fe, pa biye mwen sou sa. E pi li di, an echange ke si mwen voye un komple pou, mwen fè yon rad pou, ou kapab ban mon servis gratuit. Ba chanm reponi. Ba chanm reponi email sa ke li vwe, an menm sauvegarde email lan. Se sa fè lan komenter lan wapot ki mwen di sa, mwen dil kon sa ke, oui, kom si mwen ka kompren ke ou vekse, ke mwen se la pale. Alan ba komenter tipi yasan, wapwe komenter ke li fè, wapwe repons mwen tou. Mwen sal di kon sa, kom si Haitien, se yon hardworking, pa kite tout moun vin devan moun pou di ou nepot bagay. Mwen di, of course, poske gen yon pil moun ki se blan, ok, ki pa kontan desisyon sa ke prezident Trump pran, poske yo utilize immigrants sa yo. Gen yon monsye ki ta pale le Trump monte yan. Monsye a son Ameriken blan. Monsye a di kon sa, ki jan ke biznis ikraze net. Basonje, mwen kwen monsye te gon biznis lorn ou bien bay kon sa. Poske li di kon sa, le tout immigrant yo vini kon sa, kont lot kompetiteur yo just hire moun sa yo, e yo pay yo tikop. Dok, li menm li te gen tout kalite moun ki tap travaye lan kompanyi li, e li tout moun pal yo se moun ki rezidant, ki legal, ki gen papye. So, yo vin pran plus moun ki pa gen papye, e yo bay yo tikop. Est-ce qu'on comprend? So, se sa fe ke, this is why, nobody back in English. This is why mwen toujou di nou back in English. This is why I always tell you guys that, it's all about perspective, right? And it's all about who benefits. So, of course, you're always going to have some of those people who are white American who feel a particular way about the decision, about President Trump's decision for a temporary status. But what you need to ask yourself is, what are their reasons? Like, ki rezon ke moun sa? Est-ce pa pense ke, piti, tout moun ap defan cause yo. Lè ke nou wè moun nan ap di, Haitian people, those strong, Haitian people hardworking. Yeah, of course. Paske yo konen ke, si yo gen pou yo pay yon moun, yon immigrant ki legal, right? See, if they have to pay a legal immigrant, premièrement, en tant que yon moun ki nou, oh my God, English. First of all, as a black person in the United States, automatically you get paid less, right? If you are an immigrant, you get paid less, let alone if you are an illegal immigrant. So a lot of people having workers such as illegal immigrant benefit them because then they can pay under the table. Like I said to you before, if you're sick, they don't have to cover your medical. If you have any type of issues, they don't have to take that into account unless the person has a level of integrity. But if that person doesn't have any level of integrity, then they just don't care. The reason behind it is because it's better for them, right? It's better for them. So you have to be in the habit of looking at things and asking yourself, what is going to benefit me in the long run? Gen yon video ke gen yon informasyon ki vin jwen mwen. Gen yon pil video ki mwen kom si mwen senti mwen tap fe kreyol just pou komunite haisyen nan pou mwen ka supporte nou. Parce ou konen, yon bagay ke mwen realize, se l'une rezon pou ki sa ke an pil fwa devin kape sou fe video. Parce ke lè wap bay yon informasyon ki realman fe, se ta di informasyon li gen an pil bagay la dan, gen moun ki tan do. Yo pa bzou si yo tan do. E yo aplike sa ke ou diyan pou fe afe yo avanse. Se yon bagay ki dekonsertan mka di, parce ke gen an pil etranje ki gade chanel mwen. Mwen di nou sa deja, an pil nan kliyan yo se kliyan ki European avek kliyan ki Afriken. Mwen pa ko se vwa yon demande de yon Haitien natif natal. Eswa sa mwen jou lan? Pi fo kliyan se European yo. So mwen konen ki as ki gade travay mwen konen ki sa mwen gen akse avek li. Eswa sa mwen jou lan? Donc, lè ke moun nan li ap tando, e mwen mèm nou konen ke depi mwen fon video, mwen toujou bay informasyon ki reèlman pertinente. Yon moun ki ka pa chwazi pou yon konsultasyon nan mèm osil ka avanse, pasou ke mwen bay bon informasyon. Bot kon ya lò vin travay ou vin pran konsultasyon nan mèm, son konsultasyon ki d'emblè, pasou son konsultasyon ki reèlman aprofondi ke mwen bay. Mwen sape tout lan. So gen yon video ke mwen pal, gen yon video ke mwen pal soti avel nan semen nan. Grâce à Dieu, semaine ça me senti énergie moins mieux. Semaine dernière, je me pas du tout avec énergie. I think I was really down with everything that was going on online. But semaine ça mon petit genre mieux. It's like I could see not the future. And il y a une information qui sorti côté que le gouvernement haïtien connaît tout ça qu'il a fait, c'est sur internet que lié. Et pas oublier que moi te dit que nous rentrer dans un système digital. Et en pile le problème que internet connexion bail c'est parce que access à upgrade li et à upgrade tout et tout et internet connexion yo access is upgrading it to 4 gigabytes. You know, on say de côté yo besoin mettre 5 gigabytes. So c'est un ajustement qu'a fait. I don't want the people who are following me. Sorry. I don't want the people who are following me pa vle pou nou fe bagay moun sort. Parce que boy sit la nou pa sort. N'importe moun kap follow page mwen ou suppose gen yon degré de intelligence la kay. Ou suppose gen yon degré de perception pou suppose gen pou gade bagay. Ouais, ça me dit tout lan. So, vidéo c'est juste là on note de presque well, mwen kwa c'était dimanche. Hier dimanche ou bien samedi matin que je mes téléphones même d'avoir commencé le travail la question et monsieur Concanon et puis moi well me dit regarde tout ça me parler abonnez sur page DL Consulting Firm et allez dans toute vidéo surtout dans première vidéo que me aller étudier vidéo moi ba nous blueprint là déjà blueprint là c'est qu'on y a li sorti ouais ba nous blueprint yo depuis 2021. C'est kounye c'est ça m'a fait m'a me chita là parce que gen pile mouche. C'est kounye que gouvernement haïtien li gen accès avec un série de informations que m'a parlé avec eux depuis longtemps. Donc si nous même en tant que haïtiens puis écoute pas prendre devant ça va sortir côté parce que moun sa yo tout en bas vidéo man cachette y a tendé bon information ça ka payer yo vini parce que comme la pas en pile. OK, li pas en pile et d'ailleurs à partir de janvier 2026 m'a doublé comme moi toujours. OK? Parce que it's all about business. Si que me connais que m'ka bay mon service qui opère et me connais que ça m'a ba on l'a set you off. Donc c'est tout à fait normal que m'ka augmenter prix moi d'autres part que me gen l'autre bagage que m'a pas ajouté que me li ba moun. So vidéo ça m'a travaillé sur lui m'a passé travail vidéo ça et puis mettre c'est pas sinon à soir du moins de studio pour nous moi pas toujours là pour kembe bien parce que même gens que m'a incité nous pour notre travail même gens que m'a incité nous pour nous avancer c'est même gens moi même tout m'a pas avancer c'est même gens que moi même tout moins veut canaliser tête moi parce que pas veut rester derrière ouais ça me dit là So with that being said, sa yon ti pou mwen ba nou an l'anglais, bien que anpil moun pale kreol kounya, moun nan pa kon se ka mette caption, but yon se yon de informasyon si mte kapab ba yo an anglais pou anpil moun kompran, pou ke se simplement Haitien pam ki kompran ni, but mwen pa ka pran intelligence mwen mette nan tèt nou, mwen ka simplement fè travay ke bon Dieu mette m fè pou nou, pou Haitien, fè travay peyi m ki se fè nou wè bagay yo, ou bien ouve an perspektif fè nou kompren an seri de bagay. Kite moun ki ple emosyonel, ou men prepare kaban nou pou gade, poske nou pral atake 2026. Bagay sa yo nou pral wè tout bagay rive, e pa bliye, wè prezentasyon, wè event mwen te fè, event Navigating Haiti, si se pa premier den deuxième nan, mwen te di nou it was a bought out event. Sa vle di ki sa? Mwen te kontakte, yo te kontakte m, e gen yon kompany ki te mande m feme event nan, ba tout moun, yo menm yo tap achete plas yo pou yo kompany yo, pou yo te katande sa m gen m di. M te di non, poske m pat ko konen koubyen moun ki tap sinye, menm pat ko se vwa anken moun lan YouTube channel mwen ki te partisipe. So moun sa yo te gen akse avek tout sa m te gen pou m di. Mwen te di kon sa ke m te vle mette event lan sou Bicon pou nou te ka achete, but realite se ta di ke informasyon ke m te bay en 2021 li pa aplikab pou ni en 2025. Parce que internet la deja gaye. Gon se yi de bagay, jan te pale sou e-commerce, informasyon ke m te bay moun yo, jan ke m te di yo kom si men komon se yi de bagay fa. Se ta di ke prezentasyon sa son nou, pro prezentasyon pou ma retravay sou avek chèvre komanse. Avec des informations qui nouvelles, moi le faire ça because they're not gonna stop. Avec des informations qui nouvelles pour me mettre dehors pour nous. L'homme bagay yo ap avanse fast. Pas gagner ka prete. Ba yo pa avanse, c'est pété comme caisse. Ça c'est affaire pa ou. Si que ou pa vle prendre en charge vie ou. OK? C'est pas le moment sous te gen TPS pour regarder pour ouais comment ka faire été pendant que nous ouais tout ça qui passe aux États-Unis et pendant que nous ka ouais que Trump pas besoin en série de monde dans pays. Sous c'est ou même qui pour connaître koto a prêter, koto a privé parce que ça que faut connaître Haïti still rete un pays côté que c'est une minorité. Son flotte get qui pral ouvert mais gan pile monde qui get sous béton k'ap travail. So qui jon pral faire ou même pour ranger tête. Est-ce qu'on pral derrière ou bien est-ce que ou ap get par exemple pile nan nou k'ap gade vidéo ça depuis 2020 but you have yet to do something, right? Whether it is receive consultation or just take charge and say, okay, you know what, I'm in. Mpaka fwa yon pou nou ankon. I did my best, all right? I put out those information, go into the consulting page, study what you need to study. When you're ready, sign up for your consultation, right? And then get the ball rolling. That's all I can say. All right, so I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna try to see if I can go live. I would love to go live with you because I feel like get out of pat wè nou fache avem. Just parce que moi c'est pas comme si m'dajou que moi pa vle nou fache avem non. It's like I want you guys to win, right? I really want you guys to win. But in order to win, I can't sugarcoat certain things. I have to be as tenacious as possible with you guys and teach you how not to be emotional, but how to be grounded and focused. And you guys can see that even with myself is hard. Okay, I'm Haitian. I'll see you guys. Let me try to see if I can go live and I'll post this video for you as well as go on Instagram, try to listen to the conversation. It's tight for us because we're still kind of like going through it and it's not gonna stop not until probably past 2028 or so. These guys are aiming for election and it's gonna be another shit show. So, we're just hanging in there. Oh yeah, if you wanted to participate into the accelerator program, I'm stopping the registration the second week of the program. So next week, I can participate. So if you wanted to sign up for the first session, I have a second section in September. The topics and the subjects are going to be different that we're going to go over. However, if you really wanted to have access to the first session where we are debating, this first week is kind of like introductory, is entrepreneurship. And then the second week, we're going to talk about networking effectively. And then we're gonna get into sponsorship and funding. So yeah, join us. You still have time to join this week if you wanted to come.